guys, I'm buzzycombs, and welcome to another episode of Minecraft Achievement Adventures. Today, I'm doing something a little bit different because this is my second attempt at an intro. Basically, I recorded about 2 hours of this episode, and my microphone did not pick up the entire time. So what is going to happen, since I do have the footage from the 2 hours I recorded, I'm going to do a voiceover so you guys can know what happened. So this is something I've never done before, hopefully it turns out well, and I do apologize for the difference from my usual content. So, I guess we'll just jump straight into it. So, the first thing I did was gather some materials to make some stained glass, turning bone meal into white dye, killing some squids, who gave me a lot of ink sacs very quickly thanks to my looting 3 diamond sword, and then I made some grey dye with the combined materials. And with that grey dye, I finally made myself some beautiful grey stained glass. And then, I realized I made a very big mistake. I was meant to use light grey stained dye, not grey stained dye. So, after realizing I wasted my remaining 40 glass, I went on an adventure in hopes to find an ocean. I know, I live right next to one, but I didn't want to destroy the area around my base, so I assumed I'd find an ocean beyond the mountains residing behind my house. While climbing these mountains, I actually found some goats. They were very frustrating to push around, so I took a mental note to find them again later with some wheat on me to get some goat horns. Upon reaching the other side of the mountain, I realized that there was, in fact, no ocean. I decided not to give up and kept exploring. I found an unexplored village where I slept through the night, got some decent loot from the blacksmith, and took note of how flammable one of the houses is before continuing on my way. Immediately upon cresting the following hilltop, I finally found my destination, a little bit of sand on a beach. Out of the corner of my eye, I also spotted a pillager outpost. As I got nearer to the beach, I noticed that there was a very neat looking sand formation, which I couldn't bear to destroy, so I went to mine the smaller beach. Here, I discovered a lonely sea turtle who I'll name Bubbles. I had to cut my gathering short due to my shovel running very low on durability. I couldn't stand the thought of losing another one. I still had a good haul though, consisting of a little more than 3 stacks of sand, and I decided to head home. Except, I got distracted. Instead of going straight back to my base, I decided I wanted to raid the pillager outpost. The tower was positioned in a really cool location with cliffs on all sides, so it was a bit of a pain to climb up to it. To my surprise, however, there weren't many pillagers guarding it, so I was able to safely free the iron golem and gather the loot. There wasn't really much in the chest, but to my delight, I did find a horn, which inspired me to declare a goal in collecting every single horn in the game. My journey back was less eventful. I decided to try to jump off a big cliff and I nearly died, but fortunately there was a lucky waterfall that saved my life. I also couldn't help but take a screenshot of the stunning view. Then I noticed that the particularly flammable house I slept in the night before was currently on fire. The rest of my trip consisted of falling into lots of powdered snow, which was a bit frustrating, but I pushed through it. When I finally got home, I tossed all of my sand into a furnace and crafted myself a new shovel. After all, my current one is nearly broken, so I'll need to repair it with some better enchantments, which means I need to get into my skeleton XP farm. Once I am satisfied with 38 levels, I return to my enchanting room and get Unbreaking 3. Now that my shovel is fixed, I collect my finished glass and finally get sidetracked once again. This time, I was motivated to breed my cows to get to level 30 again, so I can craft and enchant a new diamond sword. My current one is getting pretty close to breaking, so I might as well be on the safe side. Unfortunately, I did get Bane of Arthropods, so I hid the sword in my chest for re-enchantment later on, and finally merged my new shovel with my old one. Now, I finally made the light grey stained glass so I can begin making progress on my storage unit. Which brings us back to the present. So, I did not include this in that little segment because I felt like the transition would be a bit weird. I finished getting my stained glass, and I worked on the roof and built up to the second story. From here, I'm still not quite sure how I'm going to do the rest of the build. I know I'm going to have the little roof right here go circle all the way around in like a wavy shape, but the roof, like the final official top, I don't quite know how I want it to be shaped, and I'm not sure if I want more windows around, so that is definitely something I'm going to be experimenting with. So I guess the only thing I can do now is continue making progress and see where this takes me. I haven't really done much more designing from this point, and I've gotten the little roof starting to wrap around. I think what I'm going to try to do is have it like just match on all sides. Get a little support beam somewhere over here. Actually, I think I'll just do that now because why not? And then work out how I want the roof to look. Because I kind of like the little wavy shape it's got going, but then I wonder, how is the upper floor going to look? And am I even going to have an upper floor? And if I do, maybe I could do like a little elevator of sorts right here. But then comes into question, what would happen to these chests that are blocking this area of the wall? So I still have a lot of inquiries that I need to answer with this build, but it is coming along nicely so far, I think, and I'm excited to see how it goes. And please do not comment on how this is not symmetrical over here. I know, and it's driving me insane, and I really, really wish I'd noticed it sooner. But it's too late now. I am not going to go back and rebuild all of this. Alright, so I've wrapped the roof all the way around my build. It might look a little shabby in some places, but I can improve on it. That's always something that is possible. But for now, I am content. And now, I would like to take a break from building this, and instead, I want to work on evolving this into a beautiful path. And for that, I need to get a lot of dirt from my chest down here. In the meantime, since I won't be organizing my chests all too much, I'm actually just going to use these guys to store my junk. Because I don't have really anywhere to put all this stuff, and might as well utilize what I have, right? So I've received my stone cutter and choker box from my little windmill, and I filled up my inventory with all the materials I think I'll need. And now it is time to just start working on this beautiful thing. So I have now completed the first step in converting this into a path, which is changing all of these stone bits into dirt. And now I just need to bring this hill down and hide my zombie villager for a little while. He'll make his return once I have the materials to save him. So I decided to see if my villagers have gotten to any trading, and it definitely seems like they are converting all of my wheat into bread. So, to amend this, I am actually just going to give my... Oh, hello, Rain. Oh, that sucks. But I'm just going to give my villager access to my potato field, because if I'm not getting wheat, I might as well try the next best thing, which is my other crops. So, you, sir, you're not really helping much over there, so here you go. Free access to potatoes. I'll get rid of your composter and bring it over here instead. There you go, sir. Collect me some potatoes, please. Thank you. And now that I have leveled this out a good bit, I'm going to start the bases of my path. Ooh, this is gonna be annoying. I'm actually gonna go under here and make this all a little bit thicker. That way I don't have to worry about the paths looking weird. I think this will suffice. Fingers crossed. And now I start working on the path. Alright, so I've got the basis of my path done. Now, what I want to do is expand it just a teensy bit more. Make it a bit thicker because it is like a main road essentially. And then I will add on some detailing and some little things that will make the quality of this path just a lot nicer, especially for walking up. Alright, so I have made my path a lot more convenient now with some slabs going up, and this leads all the way to the peak of this hill. Now, it doesn't go straight up to my house because I can't be bothered to do that right now, but I'm very happy with how this is coming along, and it is now time for me to do the final step, which is detailing. Alright, so I have added the leaves to my path, and I quite like it. I think it looks very pretty. I think what I'm going to have to bring forth in the future is some wildflowers just growing along the sides. I think that'll really make this pop. But for now, I think I'm going to wrap things up here. So, if you guys enjoyed this episode of Minecraft Achievement Adventures, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, comment your feedback, and I will see you all in the next one.